That's the 2026 refreshed Honda CR-V, and today we are going to massively upgrade the interior with a set of Lasfit floor liners. This video is going to be relevant whether you have a CR-V, any other Honda, or quite frankly any newer generation model these days, because Lasfit probably has not only floor liners for them, but also some really good LED upgrades in case your vehicle has halogen headlights, halogen bulbs, incandescent bulbs. Honestly guys, there's a lot of interesting things that you can find on Lasfit. And with a 20% discount code using the code AA20, you're going to get a fantastic deal. For instance, all the weather mats that you could need for this CR-V, the front, the middle, and the cargo mat, come to about $160 as of today. So today I'm going to take out the factory mats. I'm going to show you the difference between factory car mats and Lasfit laser fitted floor mats so that you guys can decide for yourself if the difference is worth it. Let's get right into it. This is actually my third set of Lasfit floor liners. Honestly guys, the quality, the packaging, everything comes out really well. It never has any weird rubbery smells. This is all BPA free, very high quality materials that actually age really well. And if we look at the factory box, this is specifically for the CR-V with the raised floor. You can also get the lowered floor if you want the mat for that, because there is a slight difference. But these are the factory mats. These are the cloth ones that come free on your vehicle. Look how thin these are. Look how lightweight that bag is compared to this box. If nothing else, I think that's going to indicate how much more quality and how much more weight is behind the Lasfit rubber floor liners. But if you guys do want to buy the factory ones, not only are they basically the same thin footprint that really don't have any lip to hold stuff in and to protect, but honestly, they cost more than those. Sometimes they cost 2 to 3 times as much. It just depends on which model and which configuration you're looking at. So let me quickly open up the box and show you the difference between the factory floor mats and the Lasfit floor mats. Since the factory mats don't even come with the cargo mat, we're going to start back here with the Lasfit mat. You guys can see it's a perfect fit. It completely covers the floor, which is adjustable. Remember, a lot of these, if it's not a hybrid, it can be raised up, it can be lowered, but then they're easy to lift. You can also see how thick that material is. And then the grooves, the channels, even has little anchor points on the bottom, but it reminds you where the latches are, which is pretty cool. In my experience, this is the only one that shows a little bit of a fold. It takes about a day for that to work its way out. It just needs time and heat to lay flat because it's been sitting in a box for quite a while. But honestly, I can't believe how well these fit in the back of our Subaru and the back of our Toyota. And then you have a really nice Lasfit right there. And then it just reminds you where you can lift this up if it was a non-hybrid. But this is a hybrid, so there isn't actually any floor underneath. And it reminds you that there is a battery under there, which is pretty cool. I love how well this fits, especially after it works its way in once it's out of the box for more than 3 minutes. Next, we are going to fit the second row mat into the interior of the vehicle. But I do want to mention, look at the factory carpet mat. It is soft, but compared to the surface area of the Lasfit mat, honestly, I think I know which one I would choose. Additionally, look at the lip, look at the protection, look at the grooves. You even have the anchor points with their covers on this one. Seriously, the quality is there. It's going to be awesome to see how well these fit in there. But honestly, that's a lot more surface area. That's a lot more protection. Plus, the rubber is thicker than the carpet, so this is likely going to last a very, very long time. I think it took me all of about 30 seconds to put this big piece of mat in the back seat. Seriously, look at this though. It's form fitted. It lines up perfectly. It goes really far underneath the driver's seat even, and it lays flat. The bulges are good. The grooves are good. You can also see those anchor points again if you need to use those. But seriously, it fits so well. It's gonna be hard to imagine spilling a drink down here and it's somehow making it to the carpet, because this even goes up to the door sill. This is very protective, and nothing looks better than a new clean mat. This is the factory cloth mat for the driver's side. And when only looking at itself, I mean, I guess it looks pretty decent. But when you compare it to the Lasfit mat for the driver's side, I think the images on the screen speak for themselves. Which one would you rather have protecting your CR-V, especially if it's a new CR-V? Comment below. Otherwise, let's go fit these, starting with the factory mat. You can see I have the factory mats pinned in. You don't even have dead pedal protection. When your foot slips off the brake every once in a while, which is not a good thing, but when it does, you don't really have a lot of protection underneath it either. There's no lip on this mat. Honestly, it doesn't even seem to lay perfectly flat. So I think you're easily gonna have drinks spill, get underneath the carpet, make a huge puddle, a huge disaster. And honestly, you might have some nasty smells in the vehicle depending on what you spill after a while. So that's not necessarily the mat that I would want to use. Let me show you the one that I'd rather have. Well, there you have it. This thing took about 3 seconds to put into place. It even fits perfectly with those hold downs. And then look at how much sidewall protection you have. Look at how noticeable the angle is to bring everything back down to the groove. So then it's not a slippery surface under your feet because most of the moisture and the water is gonna get in the grooves. Look at the dead pedal. It's completely protected. The laser fit, everything fits really well. There's a lot more protection here than there used to be. What do you guys think? Comment below. If you're starting to get worried that the passenger in the front wouldn't have a good floor mat, guess again, this Lasfit is absolutely insane. How much more protection, how much more surface area, how high those sidewalls go up than the factory mat. So again, let's put this last mat in and see how it looks. It fits like a glove, just like the other mats. This provides all the protection that you need. It literally goes up until you're on the plastics of the transmission tunnel. It fits perfectly. With time, you know, with a day, maybe being out of the box or the fold is in the center, it will start to form even better. But right out of the box, this fits really good and better than the factory mats. So I know I was a little bit more silly in this video, joking about the floor mats and all, but we have to have fun with it. And honestly, for about $160 as of filming this today, what the price is after my code AA20, these mats are awesome. I've really enjoyed them after having them for quite a while in our vehicles. They just seem to hold up well. They don't seem to be aging as quickly as the factory option all-weather mats that we have. They're way more protective, they're thicker, they stay in place better, and they're cheaper, honestly, especially compared to the factory mats. It is kind of cool that you do get factory carpeted mats, but in comparison to these, what are those factory mats honestly even protecting? So comment below what your thoughts are on the new Lasfit mats. Like this video if you got anything out of it.